Apex Media is, of course, at Future Travel Experience in Istanbul, and I'm joined now by Simona van Nierven, Head of Innovation for Vueling Airlines. Simona, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Great. So we just watched your panel, and one of the things that really struck me was sort of your energy and the sort of sense of humor that you bring to the role. Why do you think that's so important in innovation?
Because I think when you want to innovate, you sometimes come up with ideas or new concepts that are too much far stretched for a lot of people to comprehend. So resistance is the first reaction, and then with humor you can get a lot of tension out of it. And also it's hard working, so you better can make it fun, right? So, yeah.
Okay, and so you've been in the role for 1 year now. I was wondering if you could sort of share a little bit about the background that you have that led you to the aviation industry. And did your sort of innovation team exist prior to you joining, or did you build that team yourself?
So before taking this role in Barcelona, I had a long career at KLM. So airline industry is not new. Low cost is. So there's quite a difference between low cost and a legacy airline. And I think there's more speed and more openness in the company I work right now at Vueling. When I started over a year ago, there was a team of Spanish guys with an IT background. Small team, so it was very technically focused also. So I added service design capabilities. And I added some girls in the team, which gave a good dynamic, but also different nationalities. So me being Dutch, and I have an English guy, an Italian/Venezuelan girl. So it's good to have like a whole mix of people.
Brings a lot of new perspective to all the problems that you're trying to solve, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's not always easy, right? So because there is discussions and we don't understand each other all the time, but it brings really sharpness in the things we build, and well, in the end we provide stuff for our customers, right? So it helps to really provide the best solutions.
Okay, I wanted to see if you would be happy to explain a little bit the concept behind your Horizons Matrix. I think this is a really practical way to sort of visualize the future, and like you said, sort of get buy-in from corporate to show them in a very clear way why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah. So when I started, I introduced the 3 horizons, and I made it in a matrix. So I made it very visual. Horizon 1 is the here and the now. Horizon 2 is what happens in 2 to 5 years. And Horizon 3 is what happens in 5 to 10 years. But they are correlated, right? So for me to be able to work in Horizon 2, to visualize that with an animation or a video, I can talk to the people in the business who are running in Horizon 1. They now start to understand, okay, this is what the future probably will look like. Oh, and this is how my problems today can be solved with new technology, but also how those things lead to the new world, to the vision. So it was an experiment, because it was not that I knew that this would work, but it turns out to work pretty well. And I use it a lot, and my team now is building actually a small tool, a digital tool, so everywhere I can go, I can show my portfolio. Okay. And I can share, hey, I work in this horizon, and this is how it's all interconnected.
Amazing. Okay, and can you share anything techie right now that you guys are working on? You're doing some facial recognition, some hologram work. What's maybe one project that you can talk about that's really exciting for you?
I have so much exciting stuff. No, what I think is really exciting, we are trying to find a solution where I connected with a startup who is able to integrate all kinds of mobility in one solution. So when you go to Barcelona, you can download 4 apps to rent a step. You can have 3 for a scooter. You can have 3 types of taxis, buses, and so there's the whole landscape of mobility in a city is completely fractioned. So they build one application. So within that application, you can plan your whole journey, and you can pay. So and my dream is when you arrive in Barcelona with Vueling, you can just plan the rest of your trip to the city or within one environment. So,
Which is
think
your app.
yeah, it should be our app, or we integrate our app too. I don't know, but yeah, something like that. So that's for me exciting because everybody talks about it, but now actually I find a solution that might work. So.
Okay, wonderful. And just before we go, for anybody watching who has a solution that they think they'd like to talk to you about, how can they attempt to do that?
Yes, connect on me with, via LinkedIn. Don't just send a connection, but please send a small note with it. And don't be too impatient if I don't respond in one day, because I get a lot of messages and I try to respond to everybody. But LinkedIn is the channel that works best for me right now.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.